most important objective is to share with you how the Thermomix has worked for us in our homes. Okay, so let me do a quick introduction on the Thermomix background. Okay, so like you, I was the same like you, 11 years ago, exploring the Thermomix, looking at what it is in a demo in a friend's house. Okay, so that was the start of my journey, right? And that time I was also looking at Thermomix because I felt that cooking is very important in homes. Now, the first thing that I like to know from every one of you in our show today, do you feel that cooking is important for you at home? Yeah, it is now come the time that we have to cook, right? I think we all agree to that. We have to cook simply because we want to ensure safety, hygienic safety for family, for especially for moms who also want to ensure that our family are eat well, they are being given the healthiest options, And of course, home cook, we bring a lot of memories to our children when we cook meals at home. Yeah, and those memories bring them a very long way when they grow up, right? So when we cook at home, there are different things that you might look into. Money saving can be one of the reasons. So money saving, of course, if it's there, if you cook at home, you will definitely save a lot. Yeah, a fraction of what you pay from buying food from outside. Okay, and you will see how the Thermomix help you to do that. Reliably easy recipe. You want recipes that you can do every day without having to think much, without much preparation, and it turns out well. It turns out tasty. Yeah, so you will be able to see, wow, Thermomix really can help you to do that afterwards. Healthy eating, that's what I shared earlier, that we are able to put in nutritious ingredients into our cooking, right? And then leaving all the no-nos outside. What are the no-nos outside that we are talking about? MSG, preservatives, artificial coloring, artificial flavoring, things like recycled oil. I mean, when we order food from outside, can we control all this? No, it's impossible. But when we cook at home, we can leave that out, giving our family the best. Okay, and I'm sure some of us even go to the extra mile to invest in organic food for our family, right? Organic vegetables, organic flour, and whatnot. Okay, creativity, something that I feel a lot of family would love to have. Like myself, I have 5 members in the family, and each and every one wants a different flavor, wants different kind of food. So as a mom, it can be very challenging, right? Now I want to share with you a wonderful news. The Thermomix have 67,000 over recipes, and these are tested recipes in the Cookie Do, which is our recipe platform. So 67,000 recipes, ranging from Asian, ranging to Western recipes. If you want to go zoom down all the way to whether you want Vietnamese food, Chinese food, Malay food, Indian food, they are all there for you to explore. Now, if you do cook 5 different types of recipes a day, 67,000, it will take really a lifetime to even finish and exploring. Yeah, and this is what you will enjoy once you get the Thermomix creativity. And time saving. Of course, now everyone is also in a rush, when you're at work. Now, a lot of families are even working from home at the same time. When parents work from home, they have to juggle with the children's online classes. Yeah. So, with Thermomix, you are able to cook with a breeze. Okay, so later on, you will be able to see, right? And who are we? It is also important for everyone to know that, when we invest in a product, who is behind the product? So the company behind Thermomix is called Forward, and Forward has been around for 130 over years. With presence over 85 countries around the world to give you the after-sales service support. Okay, so once you step into the Thermomix journey, you never need to worry about spare parts, after-sales service, like how to use it. We are there to walk through your whole journey with you for a lifetime. All right. So among the awards and recognition over the years, we have also won a lot of international awards and recognitions. Okay, So what is Thermomix? Some have heard of Thermomix before. Some have just heard of it. Can you give a guess? How long has Thermomix been in the market? Can you all put down in the chat room? Do you think that Thermomix has been just around for 2 years, something new? Or the Thermomix has been around for 5 years, 8 years, 10 years? What's your guess? Okay, from the chart here, you will see that the first version of Thermomix was actually invented in 1960. 1960, that long ago, and that was the first model. And over the years till now, it has evolved to multiple versions. Up to today, the latest model is the TM6, okay, from 2019 to today. And this has incorporated like 20 over functions in one machine. This is how powerful the latest TM6 Thermomix model is. And till today, the Thermomix still stands as the world's best all-in-one kitchen machine. All right, every 23 seconds, I'm sure you also realize that, oh, you realize that a friend has started to use it. And then the next day you see that, wow, another friend has also started to use it. So it is really growing really very fast, simply because of the functions that giving a lot of household, a lot of flexibility, and also convenience in home cooking. Okay, so now you would wonder, what does a Thermomix comprise of, right? Some may think that, well, it is actually, maybe it is comprising of different gadgets combined together, like a bread maker, because I see my friend make bread. And then it's also a wok, because the next moment I saw my friend cooking curry in it. And then another day, I saw another friend making ice cream. So there might be also an ice cream maker that comes together. Right, I'd like to share with you, this is what the Thermomix is. If I bring it to the actual machine, this is how it looks like. All right, this is the complete set, and this is the space, the little space that it's taking with all the 20 functions in one. Okay, so let's run through every one of the accessories. All right, so I will run through the top from the top here. This is what we call the Aroma. It's oval in shape. So the purpose of the Aroma is to help us steam our food. So now you know when you have the Thermomix, you can also steam food. Okay? The Aroma comes in 2 layers. Okay, so it has the Aroma tray and the dish. So you can also steam something on the tray, and at the same time, steam another layer of food on the dish. So you have 2 layers of food steaming together at one time. And of course, this is the lid. All right. Capacity is 3.3 liters. So if you want to steam a bigger size of food, you can actually remove the upper layer, and you have the whole room 3.3 liters to steam a full size chicken. Okay. So this is the Aroma. All right. Now moving downwards, this is the what we call the TM bowl, which comes with a lid and the MC. MC means measuring cup. All right. So the purpose of the MC is to cover the lid. All right. So why is this called measuring cup? Because it comes with 2 measurements as well. Within the cup, for convenience, sometimes you want to measure liquid quickly, like you want to add santan to your curry, or you want to add a cream to your soup. You have 2 measurements here for your convenience, 50 ml and 100 ml, where you can actually pour in your liquid here to measure, and at the same time, immediately you could pour the liquid into your cooking, right, through the MC, through the hole here, measuring cup hole here. All right, and there is also a spout to prevent dripping. Okay, all right, this is the lid, and within the bowl, we have something called the simmering basket. This is good for steaming small amount of food instead of using the Aroma, which is big, right? So if you are steaming like small capacity of food, this is great. At the same time, we love to use the simmering basket for cooking rice. You know, the moment you cook rice with the Thermomix, you realize that, wow, you generate actually low glycemic index rice, which is something that a lot of us love. Those who are keeping fit, or those if you have elderly at home and with blood sugar which is higher and you need to control their blood sugar, you can use Thermomix to cook low glycemic index rice. All right. So the grains of the rice will be put inside here. The entire simmering basket will be immersed inside your TM bowl. Okay. And after cooking, you see that the grains are steamed here. And at the bottom here, you will see that there is those murky water, which is actually drained out starch from the rice, right? Producing low glycemic index rice. Right? So this is the simmering pasta. And the TM bowl, the greatest thing about the TM bowl, it is made of stainless steel. So why stainless steel is chosen? Because stainless steel doesn't absorb smell. So one bowl, one plate for all your cooking. Right? After cooking your rendang, you can safely use the same bowl and the same plate to make your ice cream, to make your sorbet, to make also your smoothie, and you wouldn't have rendang smell crossing over to your desserts. Okay, so one bowl does it all. The bowl comes with a plate, and the plate is also removable to ensure that you can have thorough cleaning all the way to under the plate. Okay, so the entire bowl and the accessories of Thermomix are dishwasher proof. The dishwasher, you can actually put this into the dishwasher to wash. Okay, now this is the housing. The housing comes with a very attractive screen. A lot of people love the Thermomix screen. It is slightly larger than our smart home. Makes it very easy for you to maneuver around all the different functions. So this is the home screen. When you see the home screen, can you see 3 circles here? So the first circle represents the time, okay? How long you want to cook your food. Second circle represents the temperature, like what temperature you want to use to cook your food, right? So maybe you want to cook kaya, then you go on a low temperature to make sure your kaya turns out smooth. But you want to miss your, for example, your chili paste and whatever, you want to go on high temperature, you can also set it here. So that's the temperature control. The third, it is the speed. Speed meaning how fast you want to stir your food or how fine you want to blend the food. So basically, in every cooking steps in Thermomix, there's only 3 things: the time, the temperature, and the speed. And later on, you will see that all our chefs who are sharing the recipes with you, they will very often tell you the time, the temperature, and the speed. Okay, now when we talk about the 20 functions, where do you find them? By scrolling over, you will see there are all the other modes that are included in the TM6. So there's the weighing scale, the dough mode, the turbo, the pre-clean. They all can be found here, and there are more to be added as you use. So this is what we call the TM6. We call it the smart at heart machine. It grows, it develops new functions as and when you continue to use it, right? So whenever there's a software update, when the Wi-Fi is on, it will synchronize and get the latest software update, which also very often comes with new modes, right? So you get surprises along the way as you're using your Thermomix itself. And you know the TM6 comes with Wi-Fi, right? Meaning what? Meaning I can also go online. By scrolling to the other side, I can immediately access the cookie dough live. And you see on the screen, it says, "Hello, Ping Ping, what would you like to cook today?" It's even personalized according to your personal profile, right? So I can key in what I like to cook, like chicken, and it comes out with the varieties of recipes for me to explore for chicken recipes. Okay, so this is a quick run through. Of course, the most important thing is the built-in technology. The motto of the Thermomix is what we have here. It's called the Frictionless Motor. So it is a specially patented technology. Frictionless motor meaning there is no fan that is needed, and it will not be overheated because there is no friction as the motor is moving the plate, and you can continue to blend and blend without worrying about overheating the motor, without worrying about the smell that would exude when you over blend your other blenders. Yeah, so it wouldn't happen in the Thermomix. Okay, and of course, the most important thing is keeping the nutrients as it blends, because there's no heat generated. You will also be able to retain the nutrients of the food. Okay, so you wouldn't get oxidization as it's blending. All right. I think that's all. The other part is, if you want to observe also, it comes with a lot of built-in safety function. Before we even cook, the lid will lock by itself. Okay, so it comes with also spatula. Splash guard is for high temperature cooking, which we will explain along the way. And also there's something called the butterfly for whipping up your cakes, your meringue, your soft food. If you want to cook tofu, you will need this butterfly, which sits on the plate when you need it, right? So roughly, this is what the Thermomix is. Okay. To own the Thermomix, you have 3 options, right? You can also go for full payment, which is 7,180. Now we do have the 200 ringgit voucher, which still applies to 7188, meaning the total price of Thermomix that you're paying for is only 6,988. You can also go for installment option up to 24 months, which only works out to 9 ringgit a day. All right, and there's also a third option for those who are already using the Thermomix and you're eyeing on the second unit. For example, to make your cooking even speedier at home, you can actually join us as a working team. Okay, so one Thermomix does it all. As I shared, 20 over functions in one. Saving space in the kitchen, saving a lot of cleaning, right? As well in the kitchen, and giving you a lot of convenience. Okay, so it acts as the same as your smartphone. So the Thermomix is going to be your smart kitchen. Unlike all the kitchen appliances that you used to have, like I used to have, they are all single function. So the problem about single function appliances is that you don't use them every time. For example, I used to have a bread maker. If I don't make bread every day, I don't use it every day, right? So the moment that you don't use it, you tend to shove it away in your cabinet, right? Because you cannot have all these 20 appliances on the kitchen top. It will look very messy, it will be very cluttered, and you have a lot of cleaning and wiping to do. The moment you keep away, you have the tendency of leaving it as it is, because moving it in and out sometimes can be very inconvenient, and of course, a lot of cleaning to do. So after a while, all these simple appliances become what we call the white elephant. Now that will never happen to the Thermomix. Why? Because when I need to blend my food, it is my Thermomix. This morning, I want to make hard-boiled egg. I do not need to take it out hot. It is my Thermomix which makes my hard-boiled egg. When my kids woke up, they wanted smoothie, it becomes my smoothie maker. Later on in the afternoon, I want to cook my rice, I want to cook my curry, it becomes my blender, it becomes my rice cooker, it becomes my pot. Right? So this is how frequently you will touch your Thermomix every single day. But it's your smart kitchen. Perfect kitchen for everyone, whether you're cooking for one person, it's really the best. You don't need to start with a lot of appliances at home. Start with one. You can cook as little as 1/4 cup of rice for one person consumption as well. For families who are starting a new, like having a new home, a newlyweds, they are really the best thing to start with, and it extends with the family as well. When children grows up, when you have baby, it becomes your baby food processor. When baby grows up, they want variety. Children, they want cookies, cakes, breads. They can all be whipped up from your Thermomix as well. Okay, and for those who are in the golden years, it is great that you are able to cook well and eat well at home without having to spend hours in the kitchen and to handle lots of tedious cleaning, right? So, it is really, really a wonderful thing that, with the Thermomix, you can even sit down and cook, okay? And you will be able to experience that later on. All right, so without further ado, we are going to start some cooking to share with you how it really works. So I'm going to pass to the first chef, who is going to share some cooking with you, which is IU. She's going to cook a wonderful chicken recipe with everyone, all right? So stay tuned, stay online. I will pass the screen to IU, and we will start our wonderful cooking. All right? Okay, please spotlight IU. All right, IU, you're on the screen.
Okay, hi everyone. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Is it nice and clear? Okay, all right, wonderful. Okay, thank you so much. Oops. I'm already in my Raya mood, sorry. As you can see, I'm all dressed outside in my balcony instead of cooking inside, because I just wanted to show you how awesome the Thermomix is, that you can bring it anywhere you go. So the best thing is I'm actually going to be making a chicken dish outside my house. So this is not my kitchen, it's not my living room, so we're outside. So we're going to be cooking outdoors today. Okay, so what we're going to do today is, as you know, in Thermomix, we have the low temperature and high temperature cooking. So I decided to show you a high temperature cooking today so that you get an idea of what the Thermomix can do. Okay, now as Ping Ping mentioned earlier, we can access the recipe from cookie dough itself. So some of you may or may not know, I'm not such a good cook, so I need the cookie dough. So the cookie dough is going to tell me step by step what I need to do exactly. So this is the recipe, Ayam Madu Berempah, which is highly spiced chicken. Everything is already written in here, so I'm just going to follow step by step. So you're going to be following my journey through, okay? So it says 5 dried chilies. Okay, so for those of you who know, it must be, really troublesome de-seeding the chilies. However, for me, I use the Thermomix, so it helped me to get rid of the chili, the seed. You want to know how? You can always check online. I've also did a tutorial yesterday. Okay, next we're going to put the shallots in. Yeah, I put all of it in one bowl because all of it's going to go in together. Okay, 30 grams of shallots. Then we're going to add 10 grams of garlic. Okay, if you see on the Thermomix itself, it already has a built-in weighing scale. So you don't have to like measure separately and then, come back and put everything in. Everything is already in the Thermomix itself. Wonderful, right? Okay, so next we're going to put the garlic in. And you can see I didn't really cut it finely and everything. Okay, next we're going to put 15 grams of fresh ginger. Okay. And next we're going to put in 20 grams of water. So the same thing. It explains to you each one step by step. Just going to pour some water in. Okay, normally you'll be using your blender to do this kind of steps. Right now everything is in here, so easy. Okay, now we're just going to cover it. Okay, and what we're going to do is right now we're going to blend it. So this is indirectly the place where I'm going to blend and I'm going to cook. So for speed 10 for 30 seconds. So the great thing about Thermomix is that I love it because I don't have a messy area. Okay, not only do I not have a messy area, I only have one bowl to clean. Only one bowl to clean. So imagine all the cooking, only one item that you need to clean. Almost done. Can already smell it. All right. So next. Okay. I'm not sure if you can hear the sound, but that sound means it's time to move on to the next step. So anyone who you hear in your neighborhood has this sound, you know they have a Thermomix. Okay. All right. Whoa, look at that. Oh, all the chili. So you see, I don't have any oil splattered, nothing at all. Oh, it's so wonderful. I just want to show you, I'm in my baju Raya and it's not going to smell. I'm not going to be sweating. I don't have to worry. Okay, I will show you in a bit how it looks like. Ta-da! Look at that, all nicely chopped inside. Oh, the fragrance from it, really, really strong and wonderful. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so we're going to use the spatula to scrape it down. All right. Okay. And let's see what it asks us to do next. So next, we're going to put the cooking oil. Okay, in goes the cooking oil. Okay, like I said, it's so easy because the built-in weighing scale is already there for you. You just need to follow. Okay, half teaspoon of brown black pepper. Okay, half teaspoon. For for those of you who are good at cooking, you don't have to, follow exactly the same. I'm sure you would already know, to your taste, how would you like it. Okay, next, half teaspoon of ground cardamom. So I'm just going to go half teaspoon of ground cardamom. Trying to be a professional. Honestly, before this, I never entered the kitchen until the Thermomix. Oh, wow. Okay. Next, we're going to insert the measuring cup. Okay, and we'll turn the speed selector to 1. And right now, what it's doing is it's actually sauteing at the speed of 120. So when we talk about the Thermomix, okay, we have the high temperature and the low temperature and the high temperature. So normally what happens is, I'm sure most of you or some of you may buy organic veggies and things like that. Now, the thing is that when you cook it on the stove, it is very hard for you to control the temperature. However, when you cook on the Thermomix, you can actually cook it at 120. Okay, so when you cook it at 120, you're still preserving all the nutrients that's in the veggie, so it's not overcooked. And not only that, did you know that some of you may be cooking with olive oil? And when you cook with olive oil, what happens is it actually releases toxic in it, so it is not good to actually cook in olive oil on the stove because of that. So I would actually, prefer using the Thermomix. I'm not sure if you can see the steam coming out, but I can really get the smell. Now, besides cooking your veggies at 120, you can also do at an auto set, which is the caramelization feature. You can make your own lollipops. So if you have kids out there, this is really, really a great hit at 170 degrees. And at 160 degrees, it has already been auto set. That means the recipes is in cookie dough. Now that you can actually brown your meat. So it's really good because, you can actually control the temperature of your cooking. Whoa, the smell just came through my nose. Okay, so low temperature retains the nutrients in it, making your meal a little bit more, a lot more healthy. Actually, not a little bit more, a lot more healthier. So, with the with the Thermomix, you know that you always have the perfect temperature control. Now, I'm sure some of you, have babies and things like that. 37 degrees is the best temperature to heat your baby food. Some of them even use it as a, okay, I'll say, some of them even use it as a sterilizer. Now, for those of you who bake, you will know melting chocolate sometimes can be so challenging because you need to double boil it. It may be, you may overburn it, or, it may not be the consistency that you need. So 50 degrees is the exact temperature that you need to melt chocolate, which is what you can already preset already in. And then you also have, like, you can make dissolved gelatin, and it's great for perfect sauce. For sauce, the perfect temperature is at 70. Now, for those of you coffee lovers out there, the best temperature to brew tea and coffee is around, tea is actually 75 and coffee is 90 degrees. So again, you can preset it in the Thermomix. Amazing, right? How many of you love to make kaya? Okay. Before this, I always bought store-bought kaya. And if you realize store-bought kayas, they can actually last for a few days. Why? Because they are added preservatives. It is not really healthy. Right now, you can even make your own kaya. That's how amazing it is. And it does not take much effort. It's only a few ingredients and it's really, really, really easy. So for example, if you're going to a friend's house, suddenly you don't know what to give to your friends and things like that. Ta-da! You can always give them kaya. Now for sauteing, like what we're doing right now with the, right now actually, if you cook it on the stove, I will have to be standing next to the stove and not stir frying lah, but the chili bowl is in there, the ginger is in there, the onion is in there. So can you imagine standing next to it? My whole baju, not that much makeup, but everything will be, destroyed on Raya morning. Because Raya morning, some of you may want to, last minute cook fresh food with family after, you pergi Semayang Raya. All right. Now at 160 is the browning. So this browning is mainly for meat. So if you want to make, just a simple like rice and meat and things like that, the recipe is already in Cookie Do. We have up to almost 69,000 recipes in there. So rest assured, there's so many choices for you. Okay, and like I mentioned just now, 170 degrees is for caramelizing. So while I've been sitting here and talking and talking and talking, look at how amazing it is. It's already, we have only like 10 seconds left until, what is this? Until I'm moving on to the next step. And I'm actually sitting down, having a nice relaxing time. I mean, things like this, like, for example, if you're preparing for Raya, you can always do other things and you can multitask. Done. All right, now, whoa, look at that. If only you all can smell. Although it's in the Thermomix, you see, I have no oil splatter anywhere at all. Check it out. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? Nice. So basically, it has already more or less, I wouldn't say fried, but mixed up all the herbs in it. So next, I'm going to put the chicken. Now, if for example the cookie dough says that put like 1 kg or 900 grams of chicken, and you only want to half it, it's okay. Just half all the other ingredients. Okay, and then next we're going to put the tomato puree. So we're going to put some tomato puree in. If you don't have tomato puree, you can always put tomato ketchup. Tomato ketchup is also fine. 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. Okay. All right. So like I said, so all actually you don't have to prep beforehand because you're just following the steps. So I'm not prepping beforehand. So I'm just going to put agak-agak 1 teaspoon salt. So I'm going to use the salt. And insert measuring cup. So the chicken is already in there. And so, okay, if you can see over here, I'm not sure if it's clear enough, but there's a green sign there. So that shows it's the reverse speed. That means it's not going to chop my chicken up. And I'm going to just go on the spoon, which means it's going to stir for me. And right now it's on Aroma temperature, and I'm just going to cook it for 10 minutes. So while I cook this for 10 minutes, I'm going to pass it over to my other friend, and she's going to show you our next recipe. Okay? So I will see you all back in 10 minutes.
Good morning, everyone. Can you all hear me loud and clear?
Yes.
If you can, just type 1 in the chat box. All right, great. Okay. Selamat berpuasa to all our Malay friends who are joining us this morning. Since we're doing our Hari Raya theme, we decided we'd dress up for you. So today I'm going to be doing Wajik, which is a very popular dish that you serve during Hari Raya for dessert, okay? And this is also on Cookie Do. Okay, so Cookie Do is the recipe platform that comes with your Thermomix, right? So you get a subscription to Cookie Do, and it currently has about 68,000 recipes, all right? So you will never run short of recipes to cook, okay? So what I have done is, for this recipe, you actually have to steam your pulut for about 40 minutes. So since our Zoom time is not enough, you actually just line some pandan leaves at the base of your Aroma dish and steam 500 grams of pulut rice, okay? Steam it and set it aside, empty the bowl, Okay. So it says steam until translucent. So it's not completely cooked because there is a further cooking process further on. Okay, so I've removed the aroma, set it aside, emptied the mixing bowl. And then now I'm going to put in, so the Thermomix has a built-in weighing scale, which is amazing. Okay, because I can weigh all my ingredients in straight away without having to prep, as Ayu mentioned. Okay, so it says 300 grams of coconut milk. Okay. And then next, 350 grams of palm sugar, which is our gula melaka, right? So the gula melaka normally comes in tube form. So do chop it up into smaller pieces, all right? So again, take all in 350 grams. Okay. And then next, 50 grams of sugar. And next is half a teaspoon of salt. So I've actually got my sugar and salt together. And next, insert measuring cup. So how easy is that? Even your young children can do this, right? And now it's going to cook for 10 minutes on Aroma temperature. And it says turn to speed 2. On your TM6, when you're looking at the screen, you'll actually see that it is highlighted right up to the number 2, or you can just look at the number on the screen and turn it to number 2. Okay? So meanwhile, it says to line an 18 cm, which is about a 7-inch by 7-inch baking tin with paper. All right? So here I've actually lined it with banana leaf because it will give it a nicer flavor. So you can do this instead of using baking paper, but if you don't have banana leaf, that is fine. Okay? So it's so easy to do things with the Thermomix because you don't need a lot of accessories. Everything is all in one. All right? So while this is doing, I am actually now going to tell you just a little bit more about, I do all my, yes, so it's pulut rice. It's, you can either use Thai glutinous rice or just any good quality pulut rice, okay? So I'm using the jasmine pulut susu for this, all right? So with the Thermomix, it's really, really easy to, yes, you can try that today. It's so easy to do, okay, and make Wajik for your family. It's being non-Malay, with the Thermomix, I have managed to cook so many authentic Chinese dishes, Malay dishes, that my family is just wow. Okay, so you can do that too when you get your Thermomix, all right? So I'm going to hand it over to Ayu to continue with her recipe, and then we will come back. And once mine is done, I will show you what the next step will be. So back to Ayu now.
All right, I'm back. So as you saw just now, while Sunita was doing the wajik and things like that, I was just sitting down doing, okay, I mean, for this time, I would actually be sitting down. But for other times, I could probably, be watering the plants, drying the clothes. And especially now with the kids at home, I'll probably, be in front of the kids, taking care of them while they're doing the schoolwork and things like that. We are only down to 2 minutes left, and I can see all the smell is so nice. Now, if you see on top of me, I do not have a cooker hood and things like that. Now, that is really good because when you cook on the stove and things like that, you're actually inhaling the fumes. And if you know that inhaling the fumes is not that good. So, Thermomix really, really encourages healthy cooking. So that's why we don't do deep frying and things like that. The only thing that we do is browning, which is at 160 degrees, and that's also already built in. So you can't really, manually do it. Now, I'm really impressed because, I'm sitting outside here in, how hot it is, and with the Thermomix next to me, I still look like, I can go for Raya anytime. And the best part is, it's so convenient that, for example, if you want to visit your in-laws and things like that, it's so light and portable that you can carry it anywhere you go. So um, I really, really love it. And if you saw just now, we don't have that many steps left. So after this, we're already almost done. And it is very, very straightforward. Like, for example, the garlic. I did not show you this time, but I will show you the next time how you can actually remove the garlic skin without peeling the skin. So your hands does not smell of garlic. So when you go in salam, okay, of course now it's SOP, cannot salam, but your hands does not smell of garlic. That's the great thing. All you need to do is put it in the Thermomix with the skin, and then the Thermomix will help to remove the skin. Same for the deseeding of chilies. Same for the bawang. If you have like a lot of bawang that you need to oh, it's in my eyes. If you have a lot of bawang which needs to, you need to peel the skin out, we also can do it in the Thermomix. Everything is made easy for you in the Thermomix. That's how awesome it is. Okay, so I've got another done. Okay, so now I'm gonna click next, and whoa. I mean, how fun is it, cooking outdoors? Whoa. All right. So I'm going to add in 20 grams of honey. Now, if you see the numbers have already moved, no problem. All you have to do is click green button tag, and it'll go back to 0. So I'm going to put the honey in. Okay, click next. All right. I'm going to insert the measuring cup. And for 4 minutes, it's going to just mix the honey a little bit more, and then we'll be back. So in the meantime, I won't keep you waiting because I'm sure you want to know what's the next recipe. So I'm going to pass it over to my friend Queenie, who's going to show you how to make sambal. All right. So off to you, Queenie.
Hi, Assalamualaikum, and very good afternoon. Okay, selamat berpuasa. So today, I'm Queenie. So today I'm cooking a sambal ikan bilis. Okay, so I using the manual way, so you can watch after this. But before that, I just want to show to all of you the ingredients. Okay. So for this recipe, we need ikan bilis. Okay. Chili pisang or chili paste, and then halia, bawang putih, garlic, and then the pandan leaf, and also the fallen onion. Okay. So before we start, the first step in this is easy. Okay, just we have to blend first the ikan bilis to the fine way. Okay. Okay, so putting the ikan bilis inside the mixing bowl, and then we have to blend for 10 seconds with the speed 7. Okay, so that actually is so easy and fast. We blend to the fine form, this one. So I will show you. This is looks like the Bilis after 10 seconds on the speed 7. So now I will transfer first, because this is we use after this. Okay, so just transfer to the next another bowl. So this recipe is so easy actually. And after this, you can try it. Okay, so put it aside here. Next step is we have to add in the garlic. Okay, garlic and the ginger. And then, okay, we have to blend first for 10 seconds on speed 6. I just want the garlic and the ginger chopping from. Okay. So it's done. Okay, just scrape down the garlic and the onion. Sorry, the ginger and the garlic. Okay, after that, we put in the chili paste. And then the pandan leaf. Okay, so the pandan leaf is to enhance the flavor of the sambal. So our sambal will have a pandan aroma. Okay, so just put in here, and then we can put some of oil. So here I put about 90 grams. So we have to tear first. Okay. And then we're going to saute this one. Okay. We have to saute this. Okay, and then saute all the ingredients for 7 to 6 minutes. Okay, I put in 7 with the low temperature is 120. and then the speed is 1. So actually the process is so easy and fast. So as you all see, my sambal is inside my bowl now, and then and then before that I using the vegetable oil, but instead using this one, you can use the olive oil because when we cook on the Thermomix, the olive oil cannot burn and cannot be toxic because we use the correct temperature for olive oil. So while my sambal is cooking inside, as you see, there are no oil splatter in my kitchen, in outdoor, my house, okay? And then actually, the Malay cooking, the Malay dish is always with the oil and the sambal. So when you're having the Thermomix is one bonus for you actually, because you no need to stir always, or the minyak or the oil will be splattered on your kitchen, and then you have to clean up. Okay, so after this, I will show you is another step, but now we'll pass over to the Sunita, and then after this we'll turn again, and then we show you the result of my sambal ikan bilis. Okay, so now pass to Sunita back. That's for me. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm back, ladies, and it has already cooked the gula melaka and the coconut milk. All right, so I will show you how dark and, well, I can't tilt it obviously, so I'll show you how dark and thick the mixture is. All right. So this is so easy, because if you were doing this on the stove, you would not be able to control the temperature. With the Thermomix, it's so easy because you don't have to worry at all, right? So I'm just going to go next. Add the steamed glutinous rice. So I'm going to put in all the pulut that was steamed earlier. So that's why for the first step, they say to just cook it until it's translucent. So you don't want to overcook the pulut, okay? So depending on the type of pulut that you have, I just used jasmine glutinous rice. So it took just a little more than the 40 minutes. I had to extend an extra 5 minutes for it to reach the translucent stage. And then next, insert measuring cup, all right? And next, now it's gonna cook now for 7 minutes on speed 1 on Aroma, which is another steaming temperature. So it's actually going to steam and cook the pulut rice with the gula melaka coconut mix, all right? So we have 7 minutes for it to get done, right? So the Thermomix is also great for other types of desserts because you can make ice cream, amazing ice cream. I did a dark cherry chocolate chip ice cream the other day, and it was really, really delicious, right? So you can make lots of ice creams. the chocolate ice cream recipe in the basic cookbook that comes with your Thermomix is, in my opinion, better than the Haagen-Dazs ones. All right. So make ice creams for your family, right? So I'm going to hand you over to Ayu to show you her chicken dish, okay? And we will come back with the completed dishes later. See you later, ladies. Sorry, it's over to Alina now.
Hi everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and
Okay.
clear.
Okay, I have a host who's crashing my show today. This is, what's your name?
Isabel.
Isabel. Okay, so she's in our show today. Selamat berpuasa for those who are fasting. And like all the other ladies, I am also in my baju kurung, but I dress like a prisoner because it's a lockdown raya this year. So, but it's okay if you can't go back to your mom's house to make to taste her rendang and her dishes. You can make all your rendang, all your dendeng, all your kueh mueh using your Thermomix. Okay. So now I'm going to make a famous drink that people know that you can make with Thermomix, which is the Teh Tarik. Okay, so it's very easy. What I did was I already saved in my phone. I browsed through cookie dough in my phone and I chose to make Teh Tarik, and it will sync directly to my machine here. So how do I access the saved recipe earlier? I just go to the 3 bars here, up here. I'm not sure if you could see, but there's 3 bars here. I just click on it and I press my week. And there you go, there's Teh Tarik there. Okay, so you could do this with all other recipes. You could plan for the whole week and use your phone, use your computer, and it will all be synced to your Thermomix. Okay, now we're just going to start. So if you look at the cookie dough recipe here, if you want to see the overview of the recipe, you just scroll down and you could see the portion, how long it will take, the list of ingredients here, and the overview of the recipe here. Okay. Yeah, you might not be able to see it, but it's there. Okay, now we're just going to press start cooking. And like Sunita and Ayu earlier, you could see all the step-by-step instructions here. So now it's telling me to put 12 tea bags or 4 tablespoons of loose tea. So I'm going to use tea bags. So there are tea bags. Okay, we're going to put 12 in here. Can you count?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, great. Thank you. Press next. Okay, now we're going to put 1000 grams of water. Okay, as you could see, that's the inbuilt weighing scale in here. I just press 10 and then put 1000 grams of water.
This is water, everyone.
Yeah, this is water, everyone. Okay, almost. Okay, almost. There you go, just a little bit more. Okay, now it says to put the cover back on. Press next. And for 7 minutes at 90 degrees, I just going to turn the speed to speed 1. Okay, so with cookie dough, everything is preset for you all the time. Temperature, speed is going to preset for you. So if you look, you know, the blade has the sharp side and the blunt side. So if you're wondering whether the blade is going to tear all the tea bags, it won't, because it's using the blunt side currently. So it's on the reverse mode. Yeah. Okay. So with Thermomix, you can make so many delicious dishes very fast. Usually, a famous drink that we make during demo is the 6 seconds lemonade. So you can basically make fresh lemonade every day, every morning, just 6 seconds. And for Raya, you can also make calamari asam boy, and that takes like 6 seconds as well. You don't have to chop the limau up. You just put 15 pieces of limau in there, calamansi in there, and put your asam boy in there. You don't have to take out the seed as well. You put everything in there, and in 6 seconds, you can get your nice, refreshing calamansi asam boy. Okay, so while we wait for about 5 minutes, I'm going to pass the screen over to my colleague, Ezrin, for the next dish. Okay.
What's your name?
Hi everyone, I hope you can hear me. Okay, my name is Ezrin. Okay, so today I'll be making bubur pengat pisang. Okay, this is my first time, not today, but the first time I made bubur pengat pisang was with Thermomix. Okay, so I feel very intimidated, okay, with Malay kueh. Okay, I feel like it's really hard to make or it's complicated. But with Thermomix, it makes it really, really easy. Okay, so this recipe is just one step. Okay, so if you haven't tried this yet, you should try it. When you get your Thermomix, you need to try this. Okay, so what we need is we have 65 grams of gula melaka. Okay, we have 3 pieces of daun pandan, and you can have 100 to 150 grams of bananas sliced. And here is 30 grams of this sago that I've already I rendam for at least half an hour just now. And then 1 tablespoon of, I'm using raw cane sugar, or you can use brown sugar or custard if you like, and 1.5 teaspoon of salt. Okay, and the brown sugar is actually optional. If you don't want, actually the gula melaka is good enough. Okay, and here I have 200 grams of kara coconut milk and 400 grams of water. Okay, very, very easy. We just need to put everything in and cook for 15 minutes. All right. Okay, so here, like Sunita said just now, just cut it up into smaller pieces. Okay, so just put. Okay, so we have a built-in scale. If you do this manually, you can actually scroll to this side and click on the scale. Okay, so it's in 1 gram increment, very precise. So if it changes, you just press tab and it goes back to 0. Okay, so we have here 65. Okay, and then banana. So if you want to weigh the next ingredient, just press tab again and we'll go back to 0. Okay, so add in, so I have about 105. So it depends, if you like more bananas, you can put up to 150 grams. Okay, here, because it's been soaked, so it'll be slightly more than 30 grams. Okay, so just put everything in. Okay, and the pandan leaves, and then sugar and salt. And then we have the coconut milk. So if your Kara coconut milk, right, the box, the 200 one, it doesn't reach to 200, just add a bit of water just to bring it up to 200. Okay. Everything in. Okay. And then 400 grams of water. So now we are going to cook this for 15 minutes. So this is manual cooking where you have to set the time, your temperature, and the speed yourself. Okay, so just go to 15 minutes. And then temperature is 98. Okay. And speed is, we are going on speed reverse. Okay, and it's good. All right. Okay, so we are using 98 degrees because we don't want the santan to pecah. Okay, if you know Malay cooking and if you're making this on the stove, you know that you need to use medium fire. But the thing is, if you're not, if you don't cook on a regular basis, what is medium fire, right? For me, even if I read the cookbook, medium fire is up to my own interpretation. So maybe I just like nampak sikit or besar, you know. But with Thermomix, we have this 98 degrees. This is considered as medium fire, okay? And then we also have the reverse button. Like Elena said just now, this is on reverse. So it will not chop up my bananas and my daun pandan. Okay. So if you're doing traditionally, you know that for 15 or 20 minutes, you have to be there continuously stirring. Okay, because you have santan inside. If you don't do that, the santan will pecah. Okay, so with Thermomix, imagine 15 minutes. If I'm not doing this, I can just leave this alone and I can go do whatever I want and come back and it's ready. Okay, so with Thermomix, you can get the perfect texture every single time. If you haven't tried the Thermomix soup, you have to try, because at the end, once you blend all the ingredients, you can get really fine and nice texture. Okay, just like restaurant quality soup. Okay, and if you haven't tried kaya, you can try the pandan kaya. We have the gula melaka kaya. We also have the pumpkin kaya if you want the healthier option. Okay, and the jams are really, really awesome. You can control the sugar, something different from the store-bought jams. Okay. And you can make your yam paste dessert and also homemade yogurt. Right? And we also have 4-in-1 cooking. Okay, so you can do 4-in-1 cooking in just 18 to half an hour. Even our nasi ayam 4-in-1, you can have it done in 40 minutes. Okay, how convenient is that? Just put everything in and you can just leave it and come back and it'll be ready. Okay, and we have some modes, all right, on your machine. If you scroll to this side, you can see we have some modes, and if you scroll down, you can see a few more. And from time to time, because this is a smart kitchen, we have Wi-Fi connection. You just have to update your software and you will get new functions. All right, so we just had an updated software, so we have a new interface for a few of our modes. Okay, so one of the modes that I'm going to talk about is called the Kettle Mode. Like Ayu said just now, you should enjoy your tea at 75 degrees, okay? Not at 100 degrees. So when you use your normal kettle, it goes straight to 100. It's actually very, very hot and it will destroy the natural flavor of your tea and coffee. Okay, and coffee, you should try it at 95 degrees. Okay, that's the best temperature to have your coffee. So with Thermomix, you just set whatever temperature that you want. Once it reaches that temperature, it will just cut off and you can have your coffee and tea. Okay. We also have slow cook mode on reverse up to 8 hours. Okay, imagine someone cooking slow cook mode and someone is stirring there for 8 hours for you. Imagine the flavor and the taste. Okay, it's really, really nice. All right, so make sure you try the beef stew. We have the lamb shank. Okay, some recipes you don't even need 8 hours. So if you want to make like maybe soup tulang, you can do 8 hours. But even the beef stew, one of the recipes I tried is only 40 minutes. Okay, but you use the slow cook mode. Okay, and we also have fermentation. If you're a bit more adventurous, you should try and make your own yogurt. Okay, all you need is the starter, which is milk and also yogurt, and it will give you another big batch in the morning. Okay, so it takes 12 hours to ferment your own yogurt. Okay, and my favorite one is the sous vide function. Okay, so with sous vide, you can get restaurant quality food at home. Okay, all you need is BPA-free plastic bag. This is the brand Glad. Okay. So make sure it's BPA free and microwave safe. So all you need to do is put in your meat in here and then put in your herb or spices, and then you make sure you remove as much air as you can and cover it up. And then you can put it in a simmering basket. Okay, let's say if you use your simmering basket, you can probably put 2 steak in here and then you put it in the Thermomix. Okay, so it's going to cook around water for a long period, but at a low temperature. Okay, so that it helps to preserve nutrient and it's very, very juicy. But if you make steak, after you've done, they will ask you to sear the steak for around a minute or less, depending on the doneness that you like. Okay, per side. So the current promotion right now is the blade cover. Okay, so this is good for slow cook, the one I was explaining earlier, and also sous vide. Okay, because if you are using the simmering basket, you can only fit around 2 steak. Okay, because you are only confined to the space here. But if you are using this blade cover, imagine you put it on the blade and you can have the whole bowl as the place for you to cook your sous vide. So you can put up to 4 steak in here. Okay, so this is very useful for sous vide and also for slow cook, because imagine you're cooking something for 8 hours. The meat will be very, very tender, but even if it's on reverse, maybe a little bit will be, the meat will get cut by the blade. So if you put this on top, it will help to protect your meat so that it will not get cut off at all. Okay, so this is the current promotion right now. Okay, so you want to get it. Okay, and yeah, so make sure you try to sous vide if you haven't. Okay. All right, so benefits of cooking with Thermomix. All right, so if you see, if you try the lemonade, our recipe for drinks is always very easy and quick. Okay, like Elena said, lemonade and calamansi is just 6 seconds, it's ready. Okay, so if you have people coming for Raya, just serve them lemonade and calamansi juice. It's very, very fast. Or even smoothies, okay, it takes about a minute just to blend everything. Okay, and everybody can cook because we have the guided cooking like Ayu and Sunita and Elena did. Okay, that was guided cooking. So we just have to follow the steps. Okay, just press next, and just follow. Okay, so even your kids can do it. Even your husbands can now cook. Okay, so no more excuses for husbands not to cook. Okay, and it is also healthy because we are cooking at 120 degrees. It's considered low temperature and we get to preserve all the nutrients. That is why when you cook with Thermomix, you will see your veggies will become very vibrant and it will taste really, really nice, okay? And auto cooking, so like now, it's 15 minutes of cooking without me having to stir. And we also have the auto washing function, okay? Because who likes cleaning, right? So after you're done with this, you can actually go to the pre-clean mode, just put water halfway and a few squirts of detergent and just turn it on to whichever mode that you cook. So like this, I can just turn it on to universal mode and it will heat up the water and clean it for me thoroughly. Okay, so after that, just give it a light rinse and you can continue with your next dish. Okay, and space saving. So no longer you have to place so many appliances on your kitchen top. All you need is just one Thermomix or even two. Okay, if you want to have two, it's even more awesome because it represents your stove. So how many stoves do you have? Usually 2 to 3, right? So it makes your cooking faster. You can do more things. Some people, they want to separate maybe something yang tumis-tumis and something like dessert. Okay, so you have that option as well. Okay, and goodbye to cooking fumes. No longer you have to stand in in front of your stove and inhaling all these toxic fumes because those are actually really bad for you and it's toxic. It's cancerous. Okay, so here what you see, if you see anything comes out from Thermomix, it's all just vapor and it's safe and it doesn't lekat on your baju or your tudung. That's why when you cook rendang on the morning of Raya, you don't have to worry about your baju or your tudung or your hair smelling like rendang, okay, because there are no fumes coming out from cooking with Thermomix. It is all just vapor. Okay, so the price again, it is 6,988. Okay, and if you take our installment plan, it starts at 291 ringgit per month, which is really affordable, right? So if you don't go out to eat for 2-3 times a month, this is covered already. And you can spend it on really good ingredients and start cooking for your family. Okay, so for myself, I like to bake. So I try to get all organic flour because it's me and my family eating. So last time I used to think, oh, I want to buy everything cheap, like cheap broccoli, cheap everything. But I was thinking, this is my family, it's the investment for my family and my health. So why not spend a bit more on good quality ingredients, especially if you can cook at home, okay? Because outside there, you don't know what kind of oil they use. You don't know whether the food has been sitting there for how many hours exposed to, the open air and bacteria, okay? And we also have a free gift. If you make one-time full payment right now, you can get an additional cooking cookbook worth 160 ringgit. Okay, so you can choose from Malay Kitchen, we have Tasty Asia, and also Easy Meals for Family. Okay, so you can let your advisor know which book you want. Okay, and the other promotion is, just now I was talking about the plate cover. This is worth 130 ringgit. And the other one is our thermomat. Okay, so this thermomat is really, really, really versatile and really awesome. Okay, if you see my thermomat already dah brown sikit because I use it a lot to line my oven trays. Okay, so you don't need to use baking sheet anymore. You can use this to line your oven tray because it can go into the oven up to 230 degrees. Okay, so other than that, you can proof your dough. Okay, and you can you can use it to shape your dough. It's a really good silicone, high quality silicone mat. Okay, and it can even go into the freezer as low as -40 degrees. Okay, so you want to get this. This is 190 ringgit right? A lot of customers love this mat. Whenever I go and do demo, they will ask me, is this included or not? So I always say, no, it's not. Okay, but this time it is. This is the first time ever since I joined Thermomix. This is the first time ever we are doing this combo. Okay, so this is really, really great. Okay, so this is the whole set. You get everything, all the accessories that Ping Ping showed earlier. Okay, and you also get the basic cookbook. Okay, so whatever is in this basic cookbook, it will also be digitalized and ready to use in your machine. Okay, so you can use guided cooking step by step and start cooking immediately. Okay, so this book is really awesome. At the back of the book, we have a lot of guidance on how you want to steam your food, how you want to grind, chop your food. Okay, so you can check this book out. Okay, so this book you can choose English or Chinese. All right, so let your advisor know which one is your choice. Okay, so we also have cooking classes like this. Every Saturday, we have new recipes for you to try and cook with us. Okay, and check out how more you can learn more knowledge about Thermomix from our cooking show. And we deliver all over Malaysia for free. So if you have family and friends in Sabah, Sarawak, let them know about Thermomix. Come and join our cooking show like this and see what Thermomix can do for you. All right, and we also have other websites that you can check for Thermomix recipes, not just cookie dough. Okay, we have a lot of other recipes from a website that you can check. Okay, and we also do unboxing service. So right now it's MCO, so we do this via Zoom. So just let your advisor know if you need help with this. Okay, and yeah, you get 2-year warranty against manufacturing defect. Okay, so my food is almost ready, another 2 minutes. Okay, so if you want to join me and the rest of the advisors today and Ping Ping and do this as a business, let us know. It's very rewarding. You can do this part-time, you can do this full-time, and it's just cooking and sharing, right? So I used to do sales last time. I was selling at time, but now, and I told myself I don't ever want to do sales again. But when I saw this, I fell in love, and I was thinking it's something that you need on a daily basis. You need to cook for your family. So I felt really passionate about doing this. So if you feel the same and you think this is fun, come and join our family. Okay. And yeah, do let your friends know about Thermomix. If you have friends who always order GrabFood, Foodpanda, I'm sure you have friends like this. It's not like they don't know how to cook. Some of them, they know how to cook, but they don't have time. Okay, they are always busy working. So with Thermomix like this, you can just put everything in and then you just leave it. Okay, so you have more time to do other things that you love. Okay, and people who love to cook but always in the kitchen the whole day, or people who cannot cook, we have the cookie dough to help them. And people who, if you have chefs, okay, friends who are chefs, a lot of chefs use Thermomix because of the precise temperature. Okay, and friends who have health requirements, do reach out to them. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so I'm going to pass around the screen to show everyone's dishes. Okay, so maybe I'll come back right after that because I have about a minute to go. Okay, so maybe Elena. Okay, I'll pass to Elena.
Okay, hi everyone. So 7 minutes was done quite some time back. We're just going to press next to see what's the step. This one, it says to strain through a frying mesh because if you're using the tea leaves, then you need to strain it, but I was using tea bags, so we're going to skip that. And then we're just going to take out the tea bags first. Okay. So we talked about temperature control just now. So this was brewed at 90 degrees. So like Ezrin mentioned, if you use kettle, it's always 100 degrees, right? So you can't control it, and it's perfect for baby food as well. My baby just started eating, so I didn't buy any food processor for my kids. I know there's a famous one that costs like 1,000, 2,000 ringgit. So you don't have to buy if you have babies that will start eating soon. There are a lot of recipes for babies in here for 6 to 12 months. And we also have a special cookbook that also guides you on what recipes to make for your babies during their different age. So yeah, it's really an all-in-one machine. Okay, I think I have everything. Should have gotten Isabel to count all 12. Okay. And then now we're going to put 120 grams of evaporated milk. And after that, yeah, condensed milk.
Sweet milk.
Okay. So we go, sorry, 120 grams of evaporated milk. No, the milk is here. See?
Okay.
Okay. So 120 grams. Okay, just about. And next. Okay. So it says to put 150 to 230 grams of condensed milk. So, okay, yeah. Okay, stop it. And then, so it depends whether you want it sweet or you want it kurang manis. So I think this is about 200 grams. Just put it in.
Can I see?
Can you see it's quite heavy, sayang, with the water inside?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Can you see it from there? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Why is rarity on mommy's shoulder? Okay. Then we press next, and that's basically the last step. Okay. Now it's for 10 seconds, and at speed 8, it's going to stir everything up, blend everything up, and you get your Teh Tarik. So let's just see. Speed 8. Okay, your Teh Tarik is done.
It's so noisy.
It is a bit noisy because the speed was very fast. There you go. Okay. We're fasting, but we will have this for buka puasa. We will have the ice later. So it smells really good.
Can I smell?
I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to pour it in. So just for this video, I'm just going to do the tarik.
Smell too.
Okay, Rarity smelling. See.
Nice, Mommy.
Look at the bubbles. Whoa, look at that. I put some in the cup.
Can I? What is this?
It's Teh Tarik.
Teh Tarik. Can I try some?
Yes, you can, but it has caffeine. You might be running around after this, so I think probably not. Okay, there you go.
Try some?
Okay, yeah, that's your Teh Tarik. Very fast, very easy. Can you see it? Okay, yeah. So perfect beverage to serve your guests during Hari Raya. You don't have to think too much. Just put the tea bags and water in for 7 minutes, and then you can do whatever you need to do. Come back for 10 seconds, and that's it. And it tastes really, really good. Ask any Thermomix user, everyone has done it because it is really, really good. And yeah, so if you have 2 Thermomix at home like me, I do have one at the back here. It's fantastic during Hari Raya. You can make rendang ayam, rendang daging in one go. You can make your drinks and your meals in one go. Dodol durian, normal dodol at the same time. So I think that every house should have 2 Thermomix machines, not just one. So if you already have one, get another one as well. Okay? So maybe pass back to Esri.
Okay. So I will show to all of you the result of my sambal. See? So this is my sambal ikan bilis. And it's done.
Okay, and the wajik is done. So it is been pressed into the container. So I realized after it was cooked, I actually need a 8x8 inch tray. So I transferred it to a 8x8 inch tray, which I also lined with banana leaf. Okay, so just compress it. I used a little bit of a banana leaf and put it on top and then just pressed it on top with my hands. So it's really nice and even and compressed well. So this will need to cool before I can cut it. So all of you can make wajik for Hari Raya and impress your families. Okay, and I've done the pre-clean with the universal mode. So the bowl is really clean inside and it reaches all the way to the cover as well. So there's no sticky pulut left inside the Thermomix. So the pre-clean mode is awesome. So when you get your Thermomix, don't worry about cleaning it. It's really, really easy. So we'll move on to the next presenter to show their dish. Ayu, your chicken.
Hi, I'm back. And we're already like beraya already here. I don't know whether you can hear the background music. I already have my Raya song on. This is my chicken. Fortunately, Raina is fasting. So because she's fasting, she's not going to be trying the chicken. But anyway, this is how the chicken looks like. Okay. Now you can adjust how much of chili you want to add, how much of rempah you want to add, how much of oil. That is so wonderful about Thermomix because you know it's so amazing because you know, look, I still look the same from the time I started the show until now. You know, tak berpeluh, my ketiak tak basah. And this is just one dish. You can make so many dishes for Raya. Highly recommend you to quickly get your Thermomix, okay? I'm not sure whether, I don't think you may be able to get it before Raya, but don't worry, you can get it as soon as possible. Raya is 1 month, so hurry, come and order your Thermomix quickly. Or if you want it for free, join us as an advisor. All right, so I'll pass it on to the next.
Okay, I'm the last one. All right, so this is the Bubur Pengat Pisang. Okay, it's really nice. You really have to try. I was so impressed. I couldn't believe the first time I made it, it was that good. Okay, so it's all the ingredients. If you want the recipe, let your advisors know. I will share and your advisor can share with you. Okay, so I hope to see you to join our Thermomix family and see you again next week, inshallah. Selamat Hari Raya, maaf zahir batin.
Selamat Hari Raya, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Selamat Hari Raya.
Selamat Hari
Bye.
Raya.